Hello, sweet souls. Welcome to a Waking Moment podcast. I'm Dani Palacio, your host, and I am so excited. This has been a long time in the making. We are going to do a Goddess series episode, and we're going to focus on Mother Mary. If you don't know who Mother Mary is, this is a beautiful episode for you to learn about her and about the symbols that she represents. And so when you start to see the symbols, potentially could be an awakening, an awareness, or just a pleasant, oh yeah, Dani said something about that. I want to encourage you to open your heart. So we're going to start with a little heart opening moment. And you can call it whatever you'd like, honestly. For me, it's just an opportunity to take a pause and to tune in. And so I'm going to bring in this beautiful crystal. It's a blue quartz crystal, and it's fairly rare from what I've heard and what I've read about it. And I received this crystal when I was in Mount Shasta, and it was absolutely connected to Mother Mary. And I'll talk more about that when we get there. So first, if you can, close your eyes. If you can't, then just bring your awareness to this moment, here and now, and allow your heart, your energetic heart, maybe even place your hand on your heart and allow your mind to settle. So maybe even put your hand on your head and just comfort it like you would a baby or a cat or a dog, and just a couple quick little, oh, you're safe, all is well. And take a nice, slow, deep breath in. It's that easy. Violet even agreed with me if you heard her meow. So just breathe in and allow that breath, that air, that oxygen to permeate your lungs and every cell in your body. Let your blood be nourished. Let the vitality of your body increase. Just intend it. And know that no matter what your relationship is with the Divine Mother or your own earthly mother, this episode is dedicated to the Divine Holy Mother, the mother that we in Western culture and in Christian worlds talk about as the Mother of God, the Mother of Jesus. And in other traditions, cultures, she's slightly different. But for this moment, give yourself permission to just receive what works for you. And if there is a moment where learning more about Mother Mary can soften, heal, open, expand, create more love for you and the idea of mother, the idea of motherhood even. So with that, take another slow, deep breath in, letting that all just come into stillness, and bring your full self, your full present self here to this moment. I welcome you. So I want to start out with just some basic symbols, colors, things like flowers around Mother Mary, and we'll get into her story a little bit more. I also want to say that I am not an expert in Mother Mary. I am sharing my personal experience of this beautiful energy and how it has shaped my world and how it has opened me in spiritual ways, energetic ways, and the resonance that I feel personally towards Mother Mary. Now, I have talked about Our Lady of Guadalupe before, and she is amazing, and she is a holy mother. And here's the funny, crazy, cuckoo thing about names and words and cultures. Is there more names for Mother Mary? Absolutely. So many names. I can't even go into it, and I'm not going to, because however you feel, see, experience the Divine Holy Mother, her many, many names, that's who I'm talking about today. And I'm going to call her Mother Mary for this episode. So Mary is very well known in Christianity, especially Catholicism, and I grew up Catholic. And so she is the Virgin Mary. This is a story about magic and miracles and deep faith. And she is known for her faith, her purity. Also, she is the first disciple of Jesus, if you will, because she is the physical body in which that being, Yahshua, came into this world. And so she can be a symbol of faith, a symbol of true believer. How much are you willing to give? How much are you willing to surrender in your belief and in your faith around anything? She's a great model for it. Do you need to have more compassion? Do you need to surrender more? Do you need to lean into that magic, into that unknown, unseen space? She's often someone that people pray to have an intercessor, to reach the Jesus, her son, or reach God and reach the angels, because she had such a story about being so close to them, right? And being part of them. Now, I had said before, in cultures, different languages, in English, she's known as Mary. But when we talk about Jesus, we also talk about Yahshua, because that's the name in the language in which he actually existed and was called. He was not called Jesus. Mary is the same way. So in Hebrew, it's Miriam, Miriam. And in Aramaic, which is the language that Yahshua spoke, and Mary as well, they also spoke Hebrew, but Aramaic is another language. In that language, she's Miriam. But in English, we're going to call her Mary. She was a Jewish woman when she walked this planet as a human. She was born in part of Galilee back then. And even in other cultures back then, you were associated by where you live or where you were born. And so she is originally from Galilee. So until things changed, which we'll get to. If you just want to open your awarenesses to what are signs and symbols and flowers that she represents, here's some fun information for you. Blue is about royalty, about grace, about heavenly love. And so she is often seen in blue. But in the time that she lived, the Jewish women wore red. I forget the official name of that piece of cloth that they wear over their head. There's a name for it. I can't remember it right now. But in that time, it was red. So when people say, oh, it's got to be blue, it doesn't. Blue, again, is more related to the royalty, to the grace, to the heavenly love, where red is really about the maternal love, particularly the sorrows that she will feel, right? Or she has felt, and she can represent to help us get into our sorrow. And also, red is beautiful. It is the root chakra. It is connected to the earth. And so there's one more color, you guys, and that's white. And you can probably imagine what white stands for, because it stands for it no matter what, but it's about purity and innocence. And ultimately, white is the Immaculate Conception. And so, meaning, if you don't know what Immaculate Conception means, it's she was a virgin and was impregnated by God. The energy, the essence to create a baby was given to her as a blessing and as a miracle. And so that's phenomenal. I don't know in any other history at this point that has occurred again. So colors, blue, white, and red. Awesome. We mix in gold because of the majesty, the miracle, the godness of it all, the beauty and the richness, and ultimately the value. So there's a lot of gold mixed in with all those other colors. Now, flowers, you know, I love flowers. I typically buy flowers every week. So lily, rose, and violet, those are the three most common in association with Mother Mary. Lilies, because they are purity, they are the divine feminine. Rose, because it's mystical, it's magical, it's the highest frequency on our planet when it comes to an oil. It has a lot to do with love. And depending on the color of the rose, white could be for purity, like we talked about. Red could be for sorrows. And yellow could be for glory, because glory in the highest. The amount of respect and the amount of dignity and sacredness that is bestowed upon this one woman that has lasted for thousands of years, the magic and the mystery of Mother Mary continue to evolve today. I'm not going to go into more flowers, but I will list them in the summary. Now, these are some other fun mystical signs. A star. A star, because it's a guiding light, and she birthed the light into the world in some ways. It's pretty amazing. She's often associated with the star of the sea, kind of like a lighthouse, someone that helps guide, that if you see the light, you know where you're going. She has that energy. And so I find that to be really beautiful. And then the fleur de lis, which is a symbol that is often seen through an iris, and it symbolizes her purity and her queenship. One of the fun things about Mother Mary is that she ascended into heaven. That is one of the Catholic faith things, that she ascended into heaven, meaning bodily, she ascended into heaven. And so there's not so many people that have done that. And I'm not so sure how many women in particular, but because of the reverence and the gratitude and the love that is felt for her, and her yes to being of service, she was gifted and bestowed that honor of being ascended into heaven. Now, one symbol that I didn't know was related to Mother Mary, but for me personally, I have loved this flower, and it's the lady's slipper. And so the lady's slipper is so beautiful, the way that it grows, the openness, the sweetness, the tenderness that a lady's slipper, it's just majestic, honestly. And so for Mother Mary, it has to do with a graceful visitation, the openness of her and her visiting those who believe in her. That was a lot. So take a deep breath. Those are fun symbols of and ways of connecting with Mother Mary. And I want to set something straight, because I find a lot of misinformation about the Marys in the Bible. And there's Mother Mary, there's Mary Magdalene, and there's Mary, which was Lazarus' sister. And so let's just get those clear. Mary of Nazareth is Mother Mary. She was Mary of Galilee, but became Mary of Nazareth. Okay. Then you got Mary of Bethany, and that's the Mary that is Lazarus' sister. And she's the Mary that anointed Jesus's feet with spikenard, with the holy oil, to let people know that a king was coming, because that's what would happen back then. A future king in his becomingness would be anointed with spikenard, and his feet would be anointed. And Mary of Bethany did that to symbolize that Jesus was the king, the Messiah. And then there's Mary of Magdala, Mary Magdalene. So she was from Magdala, and she was known as Mary Magdalene. That has so much history and so much story and so much misinformation. But my truth that I'll share today is Mary Magdalene was the sacred partner of Yahshua. And she was able to support Yahshua through ways that gave him the ability, the strength, and the faith to do what he was sent here to do. And through their love, through their devotion, and through their deep awareness that there is a divine plan and that they are here together to get that divine plan done, I believe that Mary Magdalene was not only Yahshua's partner, but also wife. I do believe that. And so wherever you fall on the Mary Magdalene stuff, you're welcome to take what I say or just leave it behind. Let's talk a moment about Joseph. Now, it was critically important for the lineage of Yahshua to match the prophecy of the Messiah coming. And so Joseph was a descendant of King David and also worked as a carpenter. And Joseph was unsure about Mary, particularly when she came and she was pregnant. But then an angel visited, and he actually had a vision, actually in a dream, about he is meant to protect, he is meant to stand with Mary and raise Yahshua. And so they did, and he said yes. And his yes is beautiful because it saved Mary from basically being condemned and killed, because sex out of wedlock was not accepted back then. So they married, and they raised Yahshua. Now, and it's written in the Bible that Mary and Joseph had more children. They had more sons and daughters. So the concept that Yahshua was an only child, I believe, is wrong. And he probably was maybe even the oldest, but because he was the firstborn, but he wasn't the last between the two of them. So that lineage of the king, King David, and that line, right, in the Jewish culture, in the Jewish religion, is one that was prophesied that the Messiah would be born from the line of David. And technically he was, which I find fascinating. Another episode. All right. So have you ever heard of apparitions? Yeah. That's when a saint, Mary, and there have been others, but Mary has apparitions. She appeared in Fatima and she appeared in Lourdes, and those two places became meccas for people to go and feel the miraculous sign and the miraculous energy and receive healing and insight and guidance and wisdom. And they say that there's always a scent of rose in the air when a apparition happens for Mary. It's a story. It's also potentially reality, and it doesn't matter what it is. If you believe it and you have faith, that faith is going to lead to something. And so trust your own knowingness, I guess I want to say. All right, we have talked about Mary as the mother of God. We've talked about her purity. We've talked about her faith and her discipline in saying yes to God's plan. If you've been listening to this podcast, or you know me personally, I have a very similar experience around knowing that there's a plan from God, and that my answer is an eternal yes. And that over the course of my spiritual awakening and awareness, I'm now at the place where I only want the divine plan. I do not want anything that is in alignment with. I've let go of my need and my ego to have it, my free will to do it, when there is already a divine plan. And so I resonate with Mother Mary in that way, because she said yes before she even understood what was happening or what would happen. And her faithfulness and her love, her devotion, her yes, changed our world forever. And that's so powerful to me. And so if you're resisting a yes in your life, really tune in. Is it possible for you to say yes, to say I am and I will be, and I will have faith no matter what happens? I hope you get to a yes, because ever since I got to that yes and became very clear, my life has never been more joyful. I have never had so much satisfaction, love, abundance, trust, clarity. It's really changed so much about me. It's helped me heal this incarnation's wounds and traumas in ways that I didn't know would happen. And if you're watching, Violet has joined us. And by the way, if you're watching, I'm downstairs and this is the healing space behind me, because there's noise upstairs. And so I'm recording down here. If you're wondering, where is Dani today? That's where I'm at. Now I want to just tune in again to Mother Mary. I want you to imagine this young 14-year-old girl walking down a dusty dirt road in the heat, and an angel appears to her. Archangel Gabriel comes as a messenger from God and speaks to her, tells her of the divine plan, and asks her if she can say yes. And her answer is yes. Her answer is not hesitated. Her answer is not wishy-washy, tell me more, I need to be convinced. Her answer came from her soul, her knowingness of who she was meant to be and the role that she was meant to play in this world. We all have that, you guys. We all have that same wisdom, that same opportunity to be something in this world. And that resonates with me. I want to be here on purpose. I want to be here for intent. I want to be the best human I can be, but ultimately, I want to be a divine energy that is beyond my human body. And Mother Mary gives me great hope that that is possible. And personally, she has visited me. I have been in ceremony or been in meditation, and I feel her presence. And I feel very connected to her. I pray to her directly because I believe that her wisdom, her essence, her frequency is something that I can access. And that's what this crystal is really about. That's the story of this crystal. It fits so perfectly in my hands, right? And it kind of looks like a yoni, and it's blue and it's magical. And so when I mean by a yoni, it has that opening right here. And when I hold it, it even looks more like that. And so I believe that spiritual teachers, ascended masters, gods and goddesses, animals, trees, plants, flowers, they all have a frequency and they all have a message. And when you are drawn to one, when you are in relationship with one, that is as true as being in relationship with another person, a family member, a lover, a partner, a husband, a wife, or a child. Those are just as real. So when I say Mother Mary resonates with me, I believe she lives, her essence, her wisdom lives inside me, lives within my understanding of my frequency and understanding of my knowingness. And she's not the only one that I feel like that, but because I am a woman in this life, because I was raised Catholic, because I am Mexican, it ties me back to all of those symbols, the rose, the blue, the red, the white, the divine mother, the giving, nurturing nature. And I'm a Virgo. Virgo is the only female sign in astrology. I mean, there's asteroids and stuff that are female, but Virgo is the only sign that is all of that. And there's so much more. I don't even know how to share other stories with you because I've not put them to words before. But I know that there is a power and an essence, and her name is Mother Mary, and she loves you, and she cares about you, and she wants the very best for you, and she can heal your wounds, your sadness, your sorrow, your grief. She has the ability as a divine mother to come in and live inside your heart energy and help that heart energy stay open and to express and to grow and to love. And there's a beautiful prayer that I learned as a young girl when I was Catholic. It's the Hail Mary prayer, and it's used during the Rosary. I recently rediscovered the Hail Mary, and I really have new understanding around it. I want to share and pray the Hail Mary with you. So it goes like this. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. There are a few words I would like to change in that, but the essence and the power of it being prayed and the resonance of the energy of honoring Mary, it's beautiful. It changes my vibration, it opens my heart, and it helps me find grace. And so I wish the same for you. I do. And I appreciate you being here with me. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to the next episode where we can connect. And find me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So please connect with me. And if you feel so called, share it with your friends and family. All right, take care.